What's going on, guys? My name's Justin. Here behind me is my custom 1987 Ford Bronco. Let's dig into it and check it out. So I guess I should start at the beginning with this thing. I got this when I was 15 years old back in October of 2016. It's an Eddie Bauer. Whenever I got it, it just had a leveling kit. It was that reddish orange with a tan strip on the bottom and a tan cap. Whole tan interior, had the Eddie Bauer package, so everything was all tanned out. Fast forward a little bit, like I said, this is going to be 7 years of history in probably 30 seconds right here. So did a couple things to it. I put like a 4-inch lift on it, some 3.3, some spacers. I went to school for auto collision and painting. I actually redid it one time when I was in high school. I painted it the first time the same exact color. It's actually a Chevy color, but I'll get into that in a second. I redid it once while I was in high school. Did some more stuff to it, went bigger with it, put boggers on it, had different bumper, different cap. And fast forward to now, I have a lot more experience in doing bodywork and stuff. I've got a lot of experience under my belt, and it was time to redo it again and fix some of the mistakes and corners I cut previously when I did it the first time. So here's how it looks now. So what we have here, like I said, it's a 1987 Ford Bronco. We'll start with the body. The color is a Chevy color, like I mentioned before. Whenever I did the truck, I wanted to do it ruby red, the Ford color, but it was very pricey, and I worked at the Chevy dealership at the time when I redid it at first. And this is pretty close to that tri-coat ruby red, but it's only a base clear coat instead of a tri-coat. So beautiful color. If I didn't tell you it was a Chevy color, you never know. As for body panels on this thing, we got brand new fenders, brand new quarter panels, brand new tailgate. All of my body panels and parts came from Mr. Taillight, Mount Gilead, Ohio. Huge shout out to them. New inner wheel wells. Cap is off of an OBS. It has a third brake light in it. My other one was Raptor lined. I had a Line X bumper and a Raptor line cap, and I wanted a paint match cap, so I didn't want to try to paint over a Raptor liner. The hood is OEM, but you see here there's a 2.5 inch cowl scoop on here. The scoop is actually from Summit Racing. I custom welded and like body filled it in, nice and smooth, meshing this body line real nice. Now the front end on this thing is the biggest thing that stands out from this brick nose to any other brick nose out there. This whole front end is one off. So the headlights here are custom. Those came off of eBay actually. Just the housing. I actually pulled them apart. I paint matched the inside. I put the LED pod in there. They have color changing halos. I like to run red, but you can have any color you want. Just have this remote here. But they're bright, but they're not like stupid bright. Like it's still road legal-ish. I never get flash for them. I think the headlights in my F-150s that are LEDs are a lot brighter than these. So they still give me plenty of light, but it's not blinding everybody coming in oncoming traffic at me. So that's for the headlights. The grill is out of a 2014 F-150 XLT. I actually cut down to fit in this gap perfectly. I made brackets on the lower grill piece here, and some all thread coming off the core support to bolt up. A couple little tabs and some nuts there. Obviously I paint matched it. Pulled this emblem apart, paint matched it too. So I love the front end on this thing. Got the cowl hood, the custom grille, and the headlights. It sticks out. It's one of one. I absolutely love it. Definitely my favorite part about the truck is the front end here. Now as for the height and the stance, it is rolling on a 6-inch super lift. As you guys know or not, Broncos actually came with a quad shock setup up front, so you have 2 shocks per side on both sides of the coil there. I color matched everything under there. That is not powder coat, that is all paint. I painted it all myself. The super lift I got came with the extended radius arm, also paint match as well. Little backstory on this lift: my dad had a truck. It was a 94 F-150 when I was a kid. Years ago we got rid of it. We actually tracked him down years later, and he got rid of the whole axle and the lift and everything for me. So my childhood dream truck lift is under my truck, so a little bit of sentimental value there, which is super cool. Up on the front here, got some more paint match components. I got a steering stabilizer, and the tie rods are also color matched. Like I said, no powder coat here. I painted it all. It's obviously not a daily driver, so I don't get the whole underside beat up. But I'll walk down this side. As for the wheels and tires, it's sitting on 37 1350 20 Ironmans. A lot of people hate on the tires, but I haven't had a single problem with them. I've had the tires for like 2 years now and still got plenty of life left. The wheels are 20 by 12 Fuel Mavericks. They're chrome. Yes, they do have some pitting on them, I'm well aware, but I would like to get some 22 by 14s in the future. It's also got 2-inch spacers, so it's sitting out a little wider than what it was before. I like having a wide stance, so that's kind of why I want to go 22 by 14s. Any wider, I think I'm gonna need a straight axle, because that TTB up front isn't a huge fan. Come to the back here, got a roll pan. I really like the shave look, and I also deleted the keyhole that was here. If you guys know anything about Broncos, there's a key that goes in here, and turn left it goes up, and then turn to the right it goes down. That never worked on mine, so I decided to just get rid of it. Taillights are just aftermarket. I tinted those and I cleared them along with everything else when I painted everything. Like I mentioned, this third brake light does not work. It is off an OBS. This bioside does not come with a wiring to go into the brake lights, obviously. Color match cap, as mentioned, that was off of another OBS. Ton of things I've done to this thing. It's got all new seals, new motor. The motor's a 351 Windsor. I have a 92 F-150. It's got a mild cam in it. It's got a little chop to it. Brand new internals. The thing runs phenomenal. I actually drove it to Indiana one time. It was a 3.5 hour trip. Didn't skip a beat. Gas mileage does suck because it's only got a C6 transmission. For some reason, this thing like to eat up the AOD transmissions. It's ate up like 4 or 5. And after I rebuilt the motor, I had a guy put in another AOD, and on the test drive, it literally grenaded itself. So the guy's like, "Hey man, this motor's making decent power. Like, let's put a C6 in it, just make it bulletproof." Like I said before, it's gone through 5 or 6 different AODs. I'm like, let's just do it. I'm tired of messing with transmissions. So let's actually pop the hood while we're here. So as mentioned, it's got a 351 Windsor in it, mild cam, new internals. Doesn't look like anything under here, just looks bone stock. Nothing to brag about. I like to clean up the wiring eventually, but if you guys know it's bias style, these years they did not care about hiding or fancying anything up under the hood. So, you want to hear it? Let's start. The exhaust, as you hear, it's got a true dual exhaust, no cats. It's just got 2 Super 40 Flowmaster mufflers, and it's dumped out at 90 in front of the tires, both sides. 16-inch long, 3-inch diameter exhaust tip. Had a shop custom build it. They bent it and welded it all. Come in the interior real quick. Roll this window down, get a little bit of light in here. As I mentioned, this was an Eddie Bauer, but I got rid of everything tan. So I painted the dash, I got rid of the seats, I put racing seats in there, black carpet, painted the door panels, dyed the headliner. I got rid of everything tan and I made it all custom to how I wanted it. That came off of the fender. I actually drilled a couple holes and it snapped right in the dash. That's pretty cool. I want to incorporate the Bronco logo in there somehow. This thing used to have power windows. The motors kept going bad and the wiring and stuff. I didn't want to deal with it. So these doors, like I said, came off an OBS. That was crank window, which is just fine with me. That means that they're bulletproof. Color match the door handles. Color match a lot of trim around the gauges and stuff. These seat belts are from Seatbelt Planet. Got that ruby red. It actually matches the paint pretty good. Really like those. That was a nice touch. Let me roll down the back window for you. We don't go down all the way with it. But it does go down. I actually ran new wiring from the motor to the switch, so it actually does go up and down. If you have a Bronco, you know that these windows do not go up and down. They always have something wrong with them, whether it be the motor or the wiring or something. But that actually works. Yeah, it's different interior. Like I said, got all new carpet and everything. If you actually look back here, you see a couple patches on the wheel wells. Whenever I redid this thing again, I didn't really fix everything like I was supposed to the first time. So I did everything right this past time, and it was just huge hay. It's probably 11 to 12 different sections of holes just completely rotted out in the floor, so I had to take care of that. That took days and days and days just welding and cutting and stuff. It was a pain in the butt. As for the frame and stuff, up front I stripped everything down, I spray painted it, and then I cleared it all. I still have to do it from here back, but I'll get to that in the future. I actually installed some new leaf spring hangers here recently. Paint match those, paint match back shocks, paint match drive shaft. The only thing I really haven't done is the frame and suspension from the doors back, pretty much. Yeah, those were non-existent whenever, after I redid it. It was about to get sent through my dang floor. Like, it was super rotted out. There was nothing left. But as you see, there's rock lights. It's got 17 rock lights from Glow Pro LED lighting. It's got 3 in each wheel well, 4 under the frame, and 1 up front just shining on the tie rods on the front axle. Because I painted them, I won't be able to see it. Got one right in like side of the bumper here facing that way. But yeah, this truck's come a long way. Definitely come a long way. I never thought it'd come to this moment. A lot of time, money, and blood, sweat, and tears going into this thing. But now another thing up here, I custom color matched my wiper blades because I'm extra. Just a little extra detail there. And if you look up, I get a lot of questions on the moon visor a lot too. That's from Lund. Best place to get that is Facebook Marketplace. You can't buy those new anymore, not to my knowledge anyways. But yep, this is her. 87 Bronco with Chevy paint, lift, big tires, staying stout. I love it. I think it's perfect. It's not perfect by any means, but I freaking love this thing. It's really nice, but not to the point where you can't drive it. Like I said, I trust this thing to drive everywhere, and they would drive it if I really wanted to, but it gets the job done. One more thing here I didn't notice or didn't mention. This seam right here, a lot of people ask me questions about that. When you're installing it, you're already working right here. It was the easiest just to weld that and just bifill it smooth and get rid of that seam. Just a lot more cleaner, and plus water sits in there too. So factory they had that seam there, but I was already there, so I figured might as well smooth it out. Just like everything else is deleted and smoothed out, so I figured might as well smooth that out while I was there. So, well guys, that's my Bronco from 2016 to 2023. Here she is. So hope you guys like it. If you guys want to see the whole restoration on when I did it last year, I actually did everything from start to finish on film. All you gotta do is go to my channel and scroll down to 87 Bronco Restoration, and you can literally watch from the first thing I did, welding the cowl scoop on, to me painting it in the paint booth, to the sand and buff process. Everything I did was myself out of a garage. So, but yeah, pretty cool. Definitely have to go check that out. But other than that, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and hopefully you guys stick around for some more content, and be sure to like and subscribe as always. Thanks for watching.